everyone, welcome back. This is Amber from A Bright to the Tea Life, and I always enjoy a good teacher tag, and I haven't had a chance to actually do the Chronicles of Teacher Tay's teacher tag recently. So I actually just finished my school year, so I felt like now would be a good time to go ahead and do the teacher tag and the Why I Love Teaching teacher tag time. So the first question on the teacher tag is to talk about 5 things that you love about being a teacher. So my 5 things aren't going to be groundbreaking. They're what a lot of teachers say, and basically the first thing is, of course, I love working with kids. Tiny humans are fun to be around. They're unique. They're all, different kinds of creative and interesting and so much potential that it's really enjoyable to be part of their life and to be working with them all day is just what I've always wanted. I've always loved volunteering to work with kids. I've been doing it since I was a teenager, and it's a lot of fun. The second reason is because it is meaningful work. Don't want to speak bad of any other profession because we're all essential. We all have our part. And my husband works at a call center, and that's his jam. But there's something especially meaningful about being an educator and inputting into students and their families' lives that is an important thing to me. I have a hard time imagining myself in a type of work that didn't have that kind of impact. Number 3, the third thing is that educating students or being an educator allows for a lot of creativity. You have to have creativity to deal with the challenges of making individualized curriculum and dealing with parents and all kinds of things. So it takes a lot of creativity, and it is very challenging, which keeps me from being bored. We'll say COVID-19 has definitely been the challenge that I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. But we got through, and it did take creativity, but we did. 4. So the fourth thing that makes being an educator so that I love about it is the independence, because there is a lot of independence, and you have your classroom and you decorate it your way, and you have your systems and your procedures, and there's a lot of control, which is something that educators, and especially me, really value. There's independence in your the way you pace things. So it's something that really appeals to me, that independent, that fact that of being able to a certain degree, kind of be in charge of my day. I think most admin and most teachers would agree that the more independence some teachers have, the more quality there exists in that teaching. Number 5, the 5th thing that I love about teaching is kind of interesting in light of number 4, but it is the teamwork. There is a huge amount of teamwork between teachers and parapros, teachers and admin, teachers and other teachers. Like, I could not do what I need to do without the support of my team teachers. There's 4 4th grade teachers in our school, and we have a lot of collaborating that we do, and we get together on different projects. We get together on different projects with teachers in other parts of the school, other grade levels. Of course, admin, super important to have admin, because I don't know how I would deal. I couldn't do admin's job, dealing with the parents and the district and the state. Nope. So, and it really makes us all feel kind of like a family, or, at least a team, in the best way. So I love the teamwork that is part of teaching and being an educator. We have our second part of this teacher tag, which is, and I know that there are a lot of new teachers every year, and it's a very vulnerable place to be. It's wonderful, but it's also scary. So what would I say to a new teacher? I would say that probably the most important thing to do when you are even figuring out where you want to start teaching is figuring out what the expectations are for that school, because every school is a little bit different and it will make a difference to you. Know that right now it's all about getting the job and getting employed and dealing, starting getting in the classroom, but you really do want to make sure that your school community is one that you will fit with. What the expectations are on you as a teacher. So as far as what kind of paperwork do you have to do? Are you going to have a special set of students? Are you going to, do they have certain expectations about grading? This is an important one. You've got enough to learn, you've got enough to deal with. Figuring out later on, like halfway through the year, oh, I was supposed to be doing paperwork on all these English language learners that I didn't know I was supposed to do. Or, we've gotten to the grading period and I've got 3 kids who are failing, and maybe that's not okay with this community. Whatever, you need to know that. Cue the sad music, the burnt out teacher. I have been the burnt out teacher. I have dealt, I have worked with burnt out teachers. It's a thing. What I would tell a burnt out teacher is very simple. It's okay to forfeit, to just give up on that Teacher of the Year award, because we all feel we have to be the Teacher of the Year. It's okay to give that up. It's okay to cut everything back to bare minimum. Do what you need to do to feel prepared. If that means taking home stuff and getting it done on the weekends so that you're feeling prepared, do it. But once it's done, and once you have that prepared and you have done your due diligence, put it away. Go find something that feeds your soul. You are a multidimensional person. There is more than teaching about you. Sometimes you need to go take up whatever that hobby was. You need to hang out with your friends. You need to do, whatever. Because there are times when teaching doesn't feed your soul, when it just sucks. And you have to find something else to keep you motivated and keep you alive. Ebbs and flows. Be willing to not be the Teacher of the Year. Last part of the teacher tag. 3 things. Only 3. There's a lot of things I wish I'd known. First thing. I wish I'd known that my style of teaching could and would change. When I started teaching, I had really not a whole lot of experience with different styles of teaching. I actually I did observations with my mentor teacher, and then I did student teaching with my mentor teacher, and I really got into that style of teaching that my mentor teacher had. And I'd been homeschooled, so there's not a whole lot of experience with different styles of teaching. So I didn't realize that I can't do what my mentor teacher did. She had a completely different personality, so I loved her dearly, appreciated her so much, but my teaching style has had to change because I'm just just not her. So that's something that I would tell myself if I was going back, that it's gonna change, should change, it's fine, don't panic. People won't always like me. That's something that I would like to tell my younger self. Sometimes kids, sometimes parents just don't like you, and not much you can do. I've struggled with it, trying to be super nice, trying to bend over backwards. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they just don't like you. They're here for a season. It's not the end of the world if they don't like you. A very important one, you need to really be aware of the trauma that's probably happened to a lot of your students, and also the trauma that has happened to you, and how it triggers you, and it triggers those students, and how that can feed a cycle of negativity. And being informed and really working with that in mind as you develop relationships. Because I have to admit that in times past, I have just, kind of pretended like my trauma that I've experienced in my life had no bearing, and that their trauma had to be left outside the school classroom, and pretending like we had to start, right fresh, and it just, it doesn't work. You have to be aware, you have to be mindful, you have to work with what you have. I hope that makes sense. And I would like at some point to talk about trauma-informed teaching, because I think that's a big deal. I know it is at my school with our population, and I think that it's a big part of my practice now going forward. So that was the teacher tag, the Why I Love Teaching teacher tag that the Chronicles of Teacher Tay has put out, and I enjoyed it. I always like a good teacher tag. So if you have done the teacher tag or are going to do the teacher tag, please let me know so that I can watch it and we can keep this going, because I always have fun with these. And I hope you are having a wonderful day. If you have not finished your teaching, you can make it. I'm just going to try and send all the positive vibes your way, and you can make it. And if you're on summer break and you are relaxing, yay, we're here, we made it. Gonna spend some time working on getting stuff for next year going, and I will talk to you later. Bye.